they don't see us. It says waiting. It was a YouTube issue. So it wasn't us out in the bush, it was YouTube. Are we live now? I'm not getting us out here, Vimpy. Someone comment, can you see me? Okay, I'm not sure what's going on. We've got 51 people waiting. Good morning, Barbara. I don't know if you can hear me. Hello, Boo in Arizona, Daniel in Scotland, Dusty. Marcy's got no sound. I've got no picture. Try another device. The joys of being live out in the African bush. If you do got my audio, we apologize. We'll be sorted as soon as possible. Betty's not seeing anything. They're just seeing a white screen, Vim. Which is what I'm getting. Oh, there we go. It looks like we're about to, it's just started now. Vic, it's you.
Finally.
Okay, hi everyone. Sorry about that. Hello. Barbara, here we go. Bobby, yes. Okay, so if you missed what I was saying, because I was probably talking to no one except to Derek here. So Derek is the in charge of the Waterberg Wild Dog Project. Take it away.
Thanks, Brent. Yeah, it's great to finally be here to have these dogs on Lapalala. You know, it's been a long journey. The Waterberg population is a very important population in South Africa. These dogs have always been in this area, but their numbers have been declining. In 1998, we estimated there were between 80 dogs in the Waterberg, and in 2017 we were down to just 5. So it's fantastic that the population has increased. We're sitting on about 24 at the moment, but I think the big thing here is finally we've got a reserve within the Waterberg that's willing to house them, and they've got safe space, 50,000 hectares of this beautiful Lapalala Wilderness where these dogs will shortly be roaming free. And yeah, we've got some very exciting news. The dogs have recently pupped. Well, the female's gone down into the den, so we're waiting for some babies to come out. But yeah, it's just great to be here.
Hello everyone. So Betty would like to know how many dogs now, if there were only 5 in 2017
there were 5 dogs. Yeah, we're sitting at 24 known individuals within the Waterberg at the moment, so we've got their numbers up quite nicely. This particular pack was just 2 individuals in 2018. They had 6 pups. 5 of those 6 pups survived. They were up to 7 individuals last year, and last year they had a further 8 pups, and the pack went up to 15. 3 of those dogs left the pack naturally. They dispersed from the pack, and we unfortunately lost
the feeding. Okay, we should be back. Let me know. Does it look like we're moving? Yes, it does. Okay, let's kill that. Hello everyone. So what makes this particular pack of wild dogs so special and so different from other wild dogs in South Africa?
Well, yeah, I think the wild dogs have always been resident in this area, and you know, we've even got cave paintings of them. Clive Walker has showed me some cave paintings of dogs in the Waterberg, and we've done some genetic tests on them, and they're actually quite unique. They're not related to any other population in South Africa, so they've always been here. We nearly lost them, they nearly went extinct, but it's fantastic that we've still got some individuals, and we're building the population, and hopefully we can get it healthy again and increase their numbers. And definitely by having them on Lapalala, we're giving them every chance at that.
Now, I mean, some of these Waterberg packs have massive home ranges. What's the biggest home range you've got for dogs in this area?
We had a pack, the Malkrapie pack. They were quite a big pack. They went up to 21 individuals 2 years ago, and they were utilizing 90,000 hectares. Now, the Waterberg is an area, basically a lot of private farmland and a consortium of farms. Most of the farmers are in the game breeding industry, but so they're utilizing huge areas in the Waterberg, and this particular pack was utilizing 25,000 hectares, but unfortunately last year November they started feeding on cattle, and and obviously the livestock farmers weren't very happy about that, and that's one of the main reasons we had to relocate them to Lapalala.
And Lapalala is, so hopefully, what we're hoping is it's double the size of their past home range, and they're going to set up permanently in a safe area.
Definitely. I mean, the Waterberg dogs have been persecuted for many, many years, and you know, we've actually discovered some learned behaviors about these dogs which are quite unique. What's different from them compared to other populations around the country is actually during the day they go up into high areas into the koppies and rest there, and then late afternoons and early mornings they come down to hunt, and then they go back during the day. We think it's because they've been persecuted and shot previously, so you know, they're unique, and they're just a wonderful group of dogs. Also, you'll see from these dogs a lot of white colouring, and just beautiful dogs.
Now, it was quite a palaver to get them here, and we're going to invite some of the other guys who were involved in actually catching those dogs. So Herman and Corne should be on their way shortly, but you might not be able to see it behind me now, but in the pre-produced stuff that's going to be coming out, you're going to be seeing how difficult it was to possibly catch a pack of wild dogs in this really rough, rocky terrain.
Yeah, no, it was actually a big challenge. You know, these dogs were very skittish of any humans, and we had to habituate them to the vehicle that we were going to dart from, and we had to feed them every day. And from the beginning, I mean, we couldn't get in within 50 meters of them. But eventually, we got 3 darted on about the 8th day of trying, and we knew it was going to be very difficult. But eventually, we got a chopper up, and we had a fantastic vet who was very good from the chopper with a dart gun, and we managed to eventually dart the entire pack. It did take us three and a half days, but it was quite an operation. But it was such a relief to finally get the alpha female, which was the last dog we got into the boma, successfully capturing all of those 10 dogs and moving them here to Lapalala.
Now, of course, some people were instrumental in helping you be able to just afford those astronomical costs. Normally when you dart wild dogs, you drive up with a vehicle, but here, because of the terrain, you had to get a helicopter, and it was Tswalu who stepped in there.
Yes, you know, this was a tough time when we were doing this, because the COVID regulations had just come into place, and we were restricted on our movements and had to get permits in place. So it was a very difficult time to do this. Tswalu came to the party. They gave us a very generous donation, and that donation enabled us to get the choppers involved, the vets involved, and cover all the costs to get the dogs here. But it was quite a costly exercise, but you know, it's just so great that we finally got them here at Lapalala, where we know they're going to be safe going forward.
Now we've got Corne from Tswalu here, and I was going to come join us with Derek. Now Corne and I actually know each other from a few years back in the Lowveld. We were naughty boys in our younger days in Hoedspruit, but we're definitely not going to go into that story today.
Yeah, let's please not do that.
So you were there?
Yeah, it was quite an interesting one. It was the first time that I was actually part of something special like that. You know, as a guide for the last couple of years, we're always very involved in watching these animals, and now, you know, you can be part of something very instrumental in promoting tourism in the Waterberg, and also with a pack of wild dog with a history like this, and being part of the EWT. It was quite an amazing experience for us, and also a very proud moment for us as a brand.
Ah, very exciting stuff, and amazing you were able to help. Now, of course, we've got EWT here, we've got Tswalu. There's only one person missing, and I really don't think he wants to be on camera right now. So we're going to introduce you to Herman. So come, guys, we're just going to come in a little bit closer now, and just come around there. You come here. I know you're trying to hide. There you go.
Where do you want? Right on the front.
So what I've asked the guys is, we'll start with Herman. Just thank you again. Thank you from the dogs behind us. But could you just tell us some of the moments and what it took to get those dogs here?
Brent, yeah, I think Derek is actually the one that can tell you a lot more about that, because he was a lot more involved with the action side of it. I was on the receiving end. I was getting phone calls at weird times of the day saying we've got 3 dogs on the way, and sometimes it was by vehicle, sometimes by helicopter. So it was an interesting few days, but yeah, very exciting and very relieved when the last dog came in, and we had the entire pack safely in the bomas here at Lapalala.
And do you have any nice little fond memories from the capture?
Yeah, there was one specific afternoon, you know, spending 2 years in the Waterberg, eager to see wild dogs. It was one afternoon, a little bit drizzly, rainy. We were all still in high spirits, and I remember sitting on the back of the vehicle with my camera, and
Dogs are shouting at us.
I also have something to say.
and yeah, we were watching this sunset, and we were playing a call to get them closer. And I'll never forget it, the first moment. We were all standing talking, and Harman says to me, "There's the first one," and you see these beautiful big rounded ears around the bush. Very inquisitive, trying to see what's going on. I guess that to me was a key moment in this whole operation, and I guess that just emphasized how special it is for them to still be roaming around here, and now being in Lapalala.
Now, I got a little bit of inside information earlier. Derek, apparently I need to ask you about a story about a hole.
Yeah, on the last day we were hoping to dart the last female. In fact, the dart went in and it was the alpha female, and she was the last one left. And she started running away, and she went into one of her old den sites. And we needed to get her, so I went in head over heels into this little burrow, finding old bones and porcupine quills.
Odd flea.
Yeah, definitely from last year's denning season. And we tried to retrieve her, but unfortunately we couldn't get her. She was too deep and I couldn't go in far enough, and we had to wait till the next morning. But just to tell you about that, obviously her whole pack had disappeared overnight, and we watched the satellite, the locations that evening, and she was running all over the place, going from one darted dog to where other dogs were darted, sniffing, smelling, hoping to find them, who calling the whole night. The next morning we actually we were following her on via satellite, and we noticed that she'd gone out of the farm where we captured all the dogs, and we had to ask the people to get a speaker out and to call her back in, and she came in from 2.5 kilometers away. They were able to call her in, and we got the chopper up, and we finally darted her, and it was the alpha female. We got her back safely with her pack, and I think it was just such a relief. And just watching all the other dogs, we were so excited when we finally brought her to the boma. It was definitely a relief and a fantastic moment that I'll never forget in my life.
And as well, today would have proven, nothing ever goes as smoothly as you plan it to. And we do apologize, there are a few little tech issues, but we are again in the middle of the bush. Well, a big thank you to you guys. I'm going to get, who's next? No,
Mr. Ken Maud.
Mr. Ken Maud, yes, is next. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
So just to give you a quick brief about Ken. Ken is here to talk about the amazing Waterberg, the whole area, and is from Waterberg Tourism.
Waterberg Tourism.
Yeah. Hello, Ken. We actually don't know each other that well, but lovely to have you live
Welcome
on
to
screen.
the Waterberg.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So, Ken, can you tell us a little bit about Waterberg Tourism and what your aims are and what these dogs mean for the Waterberg?
Oh, they mean a whole lot. But let me give you a little background, if I may, on
Sure.
the Waterberg first. I've been living here on and off for 37 years. It's the most beautiful place. I had retired in Tampa, Florida in the United States.
Well, I think we've got a few people from Tampa watching today.
Well, what happened is the Waterberg drew me back. And I've been here permanently now since 2004. And I got involved in Waterberg tourism through the mayor of Modimolle. She said to me, the Waterberg is so dependent on tourism. We have no large industry here. The mines are scattered around to Tabazimbi, Lapalala, and Mokopane. And all we have here is really a lot of game reserves, a lot of lodges, and what we need to have is to bring this jewel of South Africa to the attention of both overseas people and more especially local people. So the objective was to form Waterberg Tourism, which is based in Falvata, and we're hoping to expand that shortly. But the whole idea is to make people a little more aware and to help the lodges attract tourists into the area.
Okay, thank you so much, Ken. Yeah, so this is everyone knows about the Kruger and even the Garden Route, but there's so many fantastic areas in South Africa, and especially in Limpopo.
Right.
and at my favorite province. I live on the other side of it, but it is absolutely amazing. No, well, I quite like. I don't deal with the cold well, so I'm going to run back to the heat. But it is an absolutely and a vitally important area in terms of ecosystems. It is a completely different ecosystem to the rest of
Absolutely.
Limpopo, and there are most incredible gorges and waterfalls and little rivers, hence the name the Waterberg.
That's right. I think the important thing here is it's also part of the Waterberg biosphere,
Yes.
which is part of UNESCO, which has its own appeal and attraction for so many people, investors as well as visitors to the area. But I think what we have here is a very interesting situation, particularly with COVID at the moment, because we have wide open spaces, a very, very sparse population. We have clean air, we have clean water, and we're only 2 hours from Johannesburg.
And very, very low infection rates compared
Very,
to the
very low
rest of
at
the
this
country.
stage.
At this stage, yes.
Mhm.
So there we go. So if anyone's got any questions for Roy, please pop them
Ken.
through. Sorry, Ken. I was reading a comment from Roy. My brain's moving a bit too fast here. Now, tell us about the Waterberg wild dogs.
Oh, they are wonderful. I've had them on my farm many times in the past number of years. The unfortunate thing was many of the farmers, not all, but there are a few farmers who were always against wild dogs. And we've had an ongoing battle with these people. But what has happened with EWT and Derek and his team, they've done a tremendous job here to secure the last free-range pack of wild dogs
Left in the country.
in the whole country. But you know, beyond that, we have the nightjar. This is the area for the nightjar, the strongest area in the country for the nightjar. We have probably, and I shouldn't say this too loudly, but a very strong rhino population, black and white rhino, but we have the security that goes with it. So these are the attributes that we have amongst all the plains game. We have roan antelope, we have sable, we have all the plains game. We have the big five here, especially at Lapalala,
Yes.
but also at Velgevonden. So, and Marikele is not far from here as well. So it's becoming a hub to allow people to experience the wide open doors, to experience the animals that you would see in very few other places.
And for our overseas people there who are worried about malaria, you can actually come to the Waterberg, see
Absolutely.
the big five, and don't have to worry about that naughty little Anopheles mosquito.
Absolutely. Hmm.
Well, thank you so much.
You're
It's
welcome.
been wonderful to meet you, and we will see you again towards the end. We're just going to try and get some good questions through here, and it's time for Glenn to
Thank
make
you.
his way. Thank you so much. Okay, guys. Here we go. Do you want me to? No.
Yes, please do.
So, everyone, this is Glenn. He's a very important man.
Hi, everybody.
Helping us get here and to make this whole project possible. So I'm going to let Glenn just explain what he does here and a little bit about the wild dogs
Thank you.
and Lapalala.
Thank you. Well, firstly, it's my privilege to be the CEO of Lapalala. Been here since February. An incredible place. I'm also have a love for the Lowveld, but I found something very, very special in this country, the Waterberg. And Lapalala is a very, very special place. Just under 50,000 hectares. It's been an incredible project that has been developed over time. Dedication from private individuals under the guidance of Clive Walker, who's synonymous with this area. And we've developed an incredible game reserve here. Recently achieved our formal nature reserve status, which is fantastic. And we're looking forward to incredible developments. I think one of the most beautiful things that's happened here is the reintroduction of key species back into this area, whether it be rhino, elephant, cheetah recently, also with help with EWT, and now of course wild dog. We must say we know it's not going to be an easy task to keep them in. They're notorious for escaping, but we're going to certainly do our best to make this their home.
It's very exciting. So so currently now you also have a very important sort of endangered species breeding program with antelope species, which I love roan.
Yeah.
So I've been seeing a lot of roan. I've been ecstatic.
Yeah, they've been very successful in breeding roan in the area. There were a few attempts in the 60s and 70s which did not go off well, but recently they've done a wonderful job of breeding roan who've been released into the reserve. We hope they're going to learn about lions very quickly.
Yes.
Hard
lessons.
Yeah, hard lessons, unfortunately, for a few of them. But yes, roan, sable, and what's wonderful is the roan in the area. You don't see many in other reserves, and they're very docile antelope, and happy to stand around for you to get the right photographs. So I think our lodges, Tswalu and Noka lodges, who are here, the only 2 lodges in the reserve, are waiting for you to come back from the break that they've had to take, unfortunately. But it's going to be up to the lodges to expose the public to what we offer here.
Now, after this live broadcast, we're going to be doing some awesome work with Glenn and the lodges here, and we're going to be showcasing this very special, very unique part of South Africa that a lot of people don't know about, and it's a bit of a travesty because it is absolutely gorgeous.
Absolutely, and as I said earlier, you know, being part of the tourism industry for a long time, you get to, you know, everybody knows about Cape Town. You mentioned it, the Garden Route. They know about Kruger, and there's a few other pockets. But the Waterberg really is still got to be discovered by a lot of people, South Africans as well. So it's something which we have to all work together to help discover that, and hence we're working with the likes of Ken Maud and Waterberg Tourism to make sure we put the Waterberg on the map from a tourism perspective. There are some incredibly special places here. The landscapes are just completely different to what you see anywhere else in the country, and that's what we really need to get the public to see.
Dusty would like to know, Dusty Marcel would like to know, what do you do when one of the animals escapes?
Hi, Dusty. I phone Herman, who you saw earlier. Tell Herman get into his gyro and go and look for it. And if it's collared, if the animal is a collared animal, we'll be able to track it like we recently had with a hyena that left the reserve. If they're not collared, we rely on our reserves in the area or the other farms in the area to notify us. But unfortunately, you can't keep everything in. There's certain animals like leopard you don't keep in. They will move through the area. We have some free-roaming cheetah in the area, actually. So it's not easy. You can never keep everything in. No fence is built in that way. So it's an ongoing task, but we do our best.
And also one of the most important things and amazing things that Lapalala has done in their time here in the Waterberg is to change a lot of the attitudes of the farmers surrounding there. So instead of shooting or destroying those animals now, they'll call first.
Correct. And I think that's one of the reasons we want to try and call this the Lapalala Pack, is that when people see wild dog, they're going to call us. They're not going to just want to shoot them or harm them. They're going to say, call Lapalala, they're your dogs, come and fetch them. And that will help us in our partnership with EWT, which we're very thankful for, work together to make sure that we give these wild dog the best possible chance of a future in this area.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll see you again.
Wonderful.
We've got
Thank you so
Ursula.
much.
Can we, no? No, you don't want to come?
I gave it a chance.
Well, see, when you're live, you just don't give people chances. You just belt out over the bushveld and they have to come. Hello, welcome Ursula.
Hello.
So Ursula is from Nyoka Lodge.
Yes, Noka.
Noka. Nyoka, I'm sorry, it's not
Not snake.
not snake. What's it mean then?
Cheetah.
Ah, very nice.
Cheetah and river.
Cheetah and river. Now, speaking of that, you're in the most spectacular spot.
Oh, yes.
I can't wait to come see tomorrow.
Good.
So you're on a cliff above the Lapalala River.
Yes, about 100 feet above the river.
That is very exciting. So guys, Charles will pop out the link to Limpopo Lodges.
That's right.
Is the website, and you can go have a look at the wonderful Noka. Noka camp, and there we go. And I won't wait to stay too long, but we're going to be showcasing the lodge with a non-live video tomorrow, so we will definitely get to show you. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And yeah, so I'm going to bring everyone back, so don't go too far. You don't have to stand in the front this time. And we just want to just say thank you to everyone. Everyone, let's come. We just want to say thank you to everyone for your initial support in this project and funding the cameras. Charles will be putting out the links to all the different cameras. There are 3 cameras out on live bush cams at the moment. Of course, as always with wildlife, when you plan, Craig is waving at people, come closer, come closer. We're hoping that they will make an appearance on the camera soon. But of course, keeping dogs in an area like this and just conserving an animal like the wild dog, an endangered species, less than 5,000 left in the whole of Africa. With South Africa, thanks to EWT and places like Lapalala, Tswalu, and Limpopo camps, is the only country in Africa with an increasing wild dog and cheetah population. And you guys can be part of that. You can help. Charles is going to put the link in there. This is going to be going on for months. They're going to be in here till August probably. So we need to get collars to make sure they don't go into dangerous spaces and stuff. So keep a lookout on all the social media coming from us and from all our wonderful partners. And thank you very, very much for all your support. And obviously, as my favorite animal being the wild dogs, I am ecstatic to be part in a project that's helping the most endangered canid in Southern Africa.
And I have to say thank you to Painted Dog TV. Support them. They're supporting us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And Charles is going to put down the link now where you can go find the funding page at EWT. Just remember to use the reference wild dog, I think.
I think so.
Yes, wild dog. And I love to do this because I can, because you're live and you can't run away from me. So who can do the best wild dog woo call?